Good morning, students. These days we are studying about local self-governing bodies. In previous chapter we have learned about rural local self-governments, and now we will talk about urban areas local self-governments. We all know that the city life and the village life are quite different from each other. The cities are more populated than villages. So, those who have to look after the management of the cities, they have to make proper provisions for drinking water, electricity, transport, healthcare, hospitals, and many more. In addition to this, there are big markets, mills, production centers, and huge crowd in the markets. More and more people are migrating from rural area to urban areas. That makes the cities overcrowded, and this leads to greater stress on the provisions of civic amenities. Amenities means facilities. So it is difficult for the government who is maintaining the cities to provide proper facilities to the people of the cities. In cities, it is the responsibility of the urban self governing bodies to provide proper amenities and proper maintenance of the city. So, it would be useful to study how these bodies are composed and how they perform their various functions. Dear students, after the completion of today's topic, you will able to enlist the various levels of urban local self-governing bodies, know the various functions of Nagar Panchayat and Municipal Council, and analyze the composition and functions of municipal corporation, and also correlate the works of municipal councillor with your own city. The 74th Amendment Act of 1992 in our constitution has provided three types of urban local bodies. They are Nagar Panchayats. Nagar Panchayats are established in semi-urban areas, those which are developing into cities. And Municipal Council or Nagar Parishad are established in the cities where the population is between 20,000 to 10 lakh. And Municipal Corporation is established where the population is more than 10 lakhs, means in the big cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata. The urban local bodies, popularly known as municipalities, and the member of the municipalities are elected by the people directly through elections. These elected members are called municipal councillors. They are elected for the 5 years. Now let's see about Nagar Panchayat. Towns which are smaller than a city but bigger than a village have Nagar Panchayats. It is the smallest local body in the urban areas. The number of members depends upon the population of the town. The chairperson of a Nagar Panchayat is elected directly by the people, and the vice chairperson is elected by the members themselves. It performs various functions like to solve local problems and provide better living conditions, to provide basic amenities like water and electricity. It ensures sanitation and hygiene and healthcare facilities. It maintains parks, primary schools and public buildings, and keep the records of births and deaths. Let's see the sources of income of Nagar Panchayat. It gets the funds through various taxes: property tax, water tax, octroi, building taxes, and rent from municipal buildings. The most of the money comes from the financial assistance from the state government in the form of grants and loans. Next is municipal councils. Municipal councils are known as different names: municipal boards, municipal committees. They are established in the cities with the population between 20,000 to 10 lakh. The chairperson of municipal council is elected by the people directly. He is elected for 5 years, and the deputy chairperson is elected by the elected members of municipal councils. It has an executive officer which is appointed by the state government. He looks after the general administration of the city. He acts as a link between municipal council and the state government. Means he gives the reports about the workings of municipal council to the state government. Let's see the various functions of municipal council. It ensures proper supply of drinking water and electricity. It maintains hygienic and sanitary conditions. It constructs and maintains roads, bridges, markets, water tanks, parks, child welfare centers. It adopts measures to prevent epidemics and other infectious diseases. It opens primary schools, hospitals, community centers, shopping complexes, and many more. It keeps the records of births and deaths, and it also penalizes, means punishes those people, hawkers and shopkeepers who adulterate the eatables and other items. Adulterate means जो मिलावट करते हैं and duplicate सामान बेचते हैं. In addition to this, municipal council gets the income from various taxes and it gets the rent from municipal buildings. It also receives annual financial grant from the state government. The big cities with a large population have a municipal corporation or Nagar Nigam. So let's talk about this. The composition of municipal corporation. As the problems of big cities are more complicated in nature and difficult to solve, so the responsibility of municipal corporation increases. So their day-to-day work is looked after by various committees which consist of 5 to 12 members, which are headed by a chairperson from among the members. For example, education committee looks after the primary schools, and whereas water supply committee has to manage efficient supply of drinking water. The municipal corporation is governed by chairperson who is called mayor or Mahapur. The deputy mayor, who is elected by the members, performs all the functions of the mayor in his absence. Municipal councillors are member of municipal corporation, and these are elected by the people directly, and municipal councillors elect the mayor and deputy mayor from among themselves. Mayor is generally elected annually. In some states, the mayor is elected by general voters, and in that case he would have a 5 years term. A chief executive officer, who is also known as municipal commissioner, implements the decisions of municipal corporation. He is appointed by the state government. He implements the decisions taken by the House and supervises the work of municipal corporation and informs about the same to the state government. Let's see the functions of municipal corporation. It maintains the sanitation and cleanliness. Opening of schools, libraries and museum is also the most important function of it. It constructs and maintains the roads, bridges, flyovers, streets, subways, community centers, parks, etc. The other important functions are sanitation and cleanliness, maintenance of hospitals or dispensaries, supply of fresh drinking water, supply of electricity. It keeps the records of births and deaths, plantation of trees, and cheap and convenient public transport service. To implement its functions properly, it gets the income from various taxes like water tax, property tax, entertainment tax, toll tax, rent from municipal properties, license fee. Except of this, it gets the grants and loans from the state government. Our next topic is district administration, means how our district is administered by the people. Who administered the district? पूरे district का इंचार्ज कौन है? The head of the district is district officer. He is known with different names in the different regions like deputy commissioner, district collector और district magistrate, जिसको हम DC बोलते हैं. Okay, he is an officer of Indian Administrative Services. Means आपने civil services का exam सुना होगा. He has to qualify civil services exam, which is all India basis examination. Then he becomes the officer. Dear children, do you know a tehsildar looks after the maintenance of land records and collection of land revenue at tehsil level? Tehsil क्या है? Tehsil is the subdivision of a district. As the state is divided into districts, so district is subdivided into tehsils. And the head of the tehsil is tehsildar. A Kango is an official who works under tehsildar but supervises the work of some patwaris under him. And who are patwaris? A patwari maintains the revenue records pertaining to land of that particular area which is belong to that patwari. It can be any village area or a part of city. Let's see the various functions of deputy commissioner, who is also known as district collector, deputy commissioner, district officer and district magistrate. He has to maintain law and order in the district, to collect revenue, maintain land records and promote developmental activities in the district. What is revenue? Revenue is a type of income which is received through various taxes and rents from the municipal buildings. He has to coordinate the activities of different departments in the district, which are headed by special district officers. Like the district education officer looks after the educational activities. मीन्स डिस्ट्रिक्ट में जितने भी स्कूल्स वगैरह हैं, एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैं, उनकी देखभाल, उनकी डेवलपमेंट के लिए कौन जिम्मेवार है? वो है डिस्ट्रिक्ट एजुकेशन ऑफिसर हु वर्क्स अंडर डिप्टी कमिश्नर. सो बेटा पूरे डिस्ट्रिक्ट को प्रॉपर तरीके से चलाने के लिए डिफरेंट वर्क्स आर असाइन टू डिफरेंट पर्सनस. लाइक लॉ एंड ऑर्डर जो है, इट इज़ टू असाइन टू पुलिस, like superintendent of police, then DSP, then inspector, sub inspector, ऐसे, right? तो जो मेंटेनेंस ऑफ लैंड एंड record है दैट इज़ असाइन टू तहसीलदार, देन उसके अंडर आता है कनगो, देन उनके अंडर है पटवारी. ओके, देन जो सिविल अमेनिटीज़ हैं, सिविल मेन फैसिलिटीज़ जो हैं उनकी डेवलपमेंट वगैरह वो किसके अंडर आता है? डिस्ट्रिक्ट सिविल सर्जन, एजुकेशन ऑफिसर, डिस्ट्रिक्ट प्लानर or executive engineers and panchayati raj institutions. Okay, so all these people work with the cooperation of one another, and इनकी देखभाल कौन करता है, इनको supervise कौन करता है? Deputy commissioner, means head of the district. So this was the information about urban local self-governing bodies. I think you all have got into it. Thank you so much.